Okay. I think I am probably streaming again. So this is the second try here. I don't know whether the sound was really bad on the last one, but I really do think it probably was. So I went back and figured it out, and hopefully it's better now. So if you're here and you're watching, if you could please just pop in the chat whether the sound is good or not. I would really, really appreciate that. But I think I just had too many microphones on. So, yeah. Should be better now. All right, so I'll go back and explain a little bit more of what I'm doing. So what I did is I made this infinity charm, and I made a large one because I want to create a boy's leather bracelet with it. And so let's see, I think what I'm going to do is cut this in half and attach it, or maybe what I'll do is to cut a little bit of this isn't what I'm going to use, but I might cut a couple of these little things and attach it this way, just so I don't have to bend this thing out of proportion and everything. But you know, I mean, it might need to be smaller, but I'm not really sure. So I'm going to go ahead and just try it with what I'm thinking, and then I will be able to see a little bit better what I'm looking for. So let me just cut a little bit of like a little thin thing. And if you are here and wondering what I'm doing, I'm creating a prototype of a men's bracelet, or this one's actually going to be for a teenage boy, and I'm hoping that he will like it. But first I have to create something that I like, that I want to give. So first thing I want to do is move some of my tools out of the way. This is one that I made the other day, and it's not super great, but for some reason I'm really enjoying it. But you know, I mean, it's very rough and that, but you know, it's sort of the idea that I'm going for. Let's see, where did the strap go for the other? Oh, here it is. I don't know why I'm not seeing things. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to want to string this through here like this, you know, and then do the same thing on this side as well, so that it's held on there. So I'm going to wait and see. But first what I want to do is I actually want to hammer this a little bit. So this is probably going to be unpleasant. So just turn your sound down or something right now, because I'm not sure if I know how to turn mine down. So anyway, just for the sake of ease, maybe you could just turn your sound down if you don't like to hear the sound. And let's see. All right. So part of what this does when we hammer the metal is that it strengthens it. And it makes a cool little flatness, you know, to it, you know, but obviously it takes longer, you know. And there's a couple There's something else you can do if you don't like it just to look flat. You can actually give it some texture, which I think is what I'm going to be going for this time. So what I did was I just turned my hammer around, and I'm wanting to create some texture here. And it does make the charm a little bit wonkier, but in the end it's going to look really cool. So I think what I want to do though is I don't really want to hammer it down on itself at this point, so I just do this. Oh, that's a pretty cool look. So it looks a little rough still. It's okay. I'm just going to keep working on it. My cat is not enjoying the sound, I don't think. I'll be almost done in a minute, Loki. Well, I was supposed to find wrapping paper for Todd, and it just so happens that I just got some today at the dollar store. Whoops, I just lost my connection here. Hang on. Oh shoot, sorry about that. When my phone does things, it creates a problem. Let's see if I can. All right, there we go. We're back now. So let me, there we go. All right, and again, I'm really sorry about the noise, but this is a specific look I'm trying to get. So go ahead and turn your sound down. I'm not saying anything super important anyways during this time, so feel free. Okay, so now I've kind of got it how I want it to look, but what I want to do is make sure that I've got it nice and straight and not too entirely wonky, you know. It does sort of make it weird when you start hammering and everything. So I am going to see if I can shape it around again. This part here is going to be inside of the leather, so I'm not worrying too much about using my regular pliers, but I won't use my pliers on the charm at all when ooh, this is so strong. Oh wow, that worked so well. I'm gonna see if I can straighten out any of this. Yeah, I was able to kind of straighten out a piece there. So this is looking pretty good. All right, and I think that the hammering makes it look masculine, and it doesn't look too wonky because I did not hammer right on the top of the infinity, the middle there. But this looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. I am going to bend this slightly, oops, because I want it to be able to kind of go around the wrist. So that's what I am doing. Let me check and see if y'all are talking to me. If you are, you can ask any questions you like, or you can just watch. It's totally fine. Not a problem at all. So, we'll get kind of a little sneak peek to what this is going to look like. And I'm not real wild about this leather. It doesn't feel very comfortable to me. And I know I have another piece of softer leather, so let me see if I can find that. I found it. All right, I did find it. And so what I'm going to do, so the difference between the two leathers, you know, are, this one's obviously shinier. This one's more of a tooling leather. This would be like, well, I don't know if that always qualifies, but this is the kind of leather that is on my Doc Martens that I need to fix because my dog chewed it, one of them up, and that's the second pair she's chewed up, you guys. And Bella does not do stuff like that. She's a pretty good dog, but yeah, that's something she did. All right, so let me see. Oh, I remember, it's 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to do 3/4 inch here. And all I'm using is an X-Acto knife and a ruler that has cork on the back of it. And I just added the cork to this myself, to this particular ruler. This is just a Dollar Tree ruler, and I believe that the cork is just Dollar Tree cork, you know, with, it's like got some adhesive on the back. But yeah, so anyway, if you shop at Temu, you can get pieces of leather like this in a few different sizes. I got this from Amazon, and I bought it specifically so I could repair my Doc Martens, but I'm going to use a little bit of it for this project. And I do like this leather so much more. It's going to be much more comfortable to wear. So I'm going to cut it about the same length as this. And be really careful when you're using a blade like this. I've cut my finger, the tip of my finger off before. So, and I don't know about you, but I am a baby when it comes to pain. And I passed out like a jillion times. All right, so the next thing I want to do is I want to see how this looks. Yeah, I think that's going to look a lot nicer. So tell me in the comments if you think this looks like I'm on the right track for a boy, because I'm a little nervous about that. Not too awfully nervous, but just, you know, I think I want this to be about 2.5. I just kind of want to get a second opinion on that. All right. If you would like to get, I don't only make jewelry, I actually do lots and lots of different crafts, all that can be used for handmade gifts, and that's my jam. And so if you are interested in making handmade gifts, I'm usually here on Wednesdays from about 2 to 3:30 p.m. PST, and I'd love to see you here. If you want to come and hang out and do some crafting with me, that would be great. Or you can just watch. That's totally fine too. I know that some people don't necessarily like to chit chat, but you can always get ideas for things you might want to make for your friends and family. This particular gift is going to go to a teenage nephew of mine. I don't know him well, so I want to make sure that I make something, you know, I am told that he's into jewelry, or else I would have never chosen a project like this. But, you know, I want to give him something really cool, you know. So, one thing about when you're watching me do stuff, I don't always know what the tools are called, but this is a leather working tool, and it's very, very sharp. And what I'm doing here is I'm just shaving down the inside so that we don't get a whole bunch of bulk here like this. You know, when I fold it, I want it to be pretty thin actually, you know. And I might want to do it on the whole inside of this, just for good measure, and then thinner down toward the ends, because I don't really want a bunch of bulk when I fold this. If you're making handmade gifts for your friends and family this year, let me know. I'd love to hear about what you're making. Okay, starting to get thin. Kind of skating the line between, you know, wanting this pretty thin and not wanting to damage it and cut right through it, you know. So I am loving this tool though. So let's see. So that's pretty good. Now, I do need to know if I have the right kind of leather, not the snap, but the other part, this one here, the rivets. So I need to get my rivets, my rivets really quick. If only I knew where they were. Oh, they were already over here. So, yeah, I think I can probably do gunmetal. I think that's what I'll do, because I don't have any like rose gold or copper rivets or snaps, so I'm gonna have to just use something, you know, that's kind of low key. So I'll just use gunmetal color, and I think that'll be all right. It will definitely allow the copper to stand out. So we'll try it that way. Like I said, you know, it's just a prototype, you know. I don't have to give him this particular one, but I can just, you know, test out and see what I like. You know, I have a lot of choices, but I truly like this thick copper. So that's why I wanted to use it. I don't have any thick silver, or I do have some, I think this is 20 gauge gold, and I guess I do have some 20 gauge silver, but gosh, 20 gauge, yeah, versus 12 gauge is so different, you know. And the thicker that you make your charm, the more sturdy it's going to be, you know. Like I made this one out of 16 gauge, and I like that a lot, but you know, it's going to be, it's easier to bend, let me just put it that way, and I don't want my item to be easy to bend. However, you can pound it with a hammer, right? You can hammer it and make it a little bit stronger. And so I think I might try that with a thinner gauge metal, and just see, you know, what that does for me. So I got into working with leather just this year. You know, Todd bought me a small leather working kit and a book, and he knows I just like doing stuff, so you know, he's always forever getting me into new crafts. He's actually the one that got me into using or doing paper crafting with a silhouette. And so it's kind of interesting because he's always the one that's finding me new things to do, you know, new things to make, and that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of pounding again, so bear with me. And I think I want to use maybe this one here. And I'm just going to round these off a little bit. So this looks pretty cool. You know, I like that finished look, you know. Oh, this looks a little bit off though. Hang on. And so this hammer that I'm using is, it's actually a, what is it? I have a bunch of different hammers. I have them for jewelry, and I have them for leather, and I often use them at the same time, and I tend to cross things over, so I may be using a jewelry one for leather, but it works fine. It works well. And this I just got from Temu for about $8. And anyway, if I'm using something the wrong way, I'm sorry. I'm not advocating it. I'm just saying this is what I do. So if I'm doing it wrong, feel free to let me know that, and you know, or say it in the comments. That way other people don't make the same mistake I'm making. But Yeah, I'm okay with it right now. So I'm gonna just go with it. So these are for rounding off the edges, and I like it because it makes it look more finished. All right, so I'm liking this. It's looking good. Oops, push that over there. All right, so now I am going to catch this into here, and the hope is, you know, that it's going to be strong enough not to come out, but I mean, I can't imagine how it would. So anyhow, let's just go ahead and do the rivets, if only I could find those. Is this them? Yeah, I guess this is them. All right. So I feel like there's like a piece missing on this. And it should have been like some kind of a tool that, or some kind of a bottom part that allows, you know, me to hammer the rivet on without creating any denting. So I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get that right. So first I am going to go ahead and line this up. Put this inside a little bit more. Whoops. And I want to make sure to get it in the center and get it far enough away from this edge here. Oh boy. All right, well, let's see. Maybe I'll do this side first. Oh, I was wondering why this wasn't working. This little clip thing was in the way. All right, so now let's go ahead and fold it, and I'll just go through that hole here. All right, so now we've got this, and I think I'm going to actually go through and do this. This is actually a little bit longer than the other one, so I think I'm going to cut off some of this. But after. All right. A different way. I did this a little bit off. I think what I'm going to do is just kind of cut this, and I'm going to let that be the bottom part. where the part that's not going to be seen as much. I think this is going to be fine. Oh, hang on. So, if you know me, you know that I tend to just sort of deal with it if I mess anything up, you know, because I don't really believe in throwing away crafting supplies, you know, if I don't have to. So I usually will just try to keep going, you know, with whatever it is I'm doing and see how it turns out. And you know, I like crafting to be forgiving. I don't like to feel like I'm gonna do it wrong or something. All right, so this is the top, and I really would like for this not to get dented on the top. So we're gonna go ahead and all right, that looks pretty good. This side got dented, but that's all right. But this side looks really good. So we're gonna do the same thing on this one. So and so the trick is that I'm putting this bottom side on the bottom, and then I'm using this tool that has, it's concave on this side, and it's exactly this size. All right, and that looks good too. Oh, you know what I just did though? I just messed up. I was actually supposed to make it go through. Goodness. All right. Well, it's a good thing I have more leather. So that's a bummer though. And I wish they were easy to take out, but they just aren't. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cut this off. Oh goodness. Well, at least it got a good fold on, well, I guess I'm not using these anyways. Okay, let's see. So these need to actually be this long plus this long. I think I said 2.5. And so 1, 2.5. And then again, 1, 2.5. That was really silly, you guys. But, you know, what are you going to do? You know? Thankfully, I have longer rivets that will work well. And I could even make them a little bit bigger. You know, use the longer and bigger ones. And hopefully, they will go. I think I'm going to have to shave the inside down pretty good in order for it to go through all 3 of these layers, because if I am to use the longest ones I have, I want to see if they are going to be, yeah, it's going to be long enough, but it would just probably do better if I just used if I just shaved it down. I guess I could even use these smaller rivets too, but they're longer. So, all right. So back to the drawing board here. And if you are here and you can hear me, say hello. And let me know if you are a jewelry maker. Do you make jewelry? Do you make handmade gifts? And what kind? Love to hear about it. Right now I am only making a prototype for a bracelet for a nephew of mine. And I understand, I was just told today that he's into like cool jewelry, and so leather is super cool. So I'm making him something out of leather. Oh, I don't know if I went too low with that one. With that cut. This is a super sharp. Yeah, it's not going to be a good idea. This is a very sharp tool, and I have cut my finger off before. Not my whole finger, just the tip of it, but that's enough, don't you think? So, it's kind of like weird to use this scraper on such a small piece of leather. It's a little bit fiddly. That's okay though. It is so thin. If I could just get this off of here, I think it would just be better. Because I really don't want to cut another piece. Let me just see if this would help. Oh, that works. All right. So this bracelet is going to be made of leather, and this is like a tooling leather, but black. Usually the tooling leather that people use, that you can watch them use, is like a vegetable tan tooling leather. But this is a black leather that I bought to, oh, that's not good. This is a black leather I bought to repair my Doc Martens, because Bella chewed one of them, and it's sad. You guys, it's really sad. All right, I'm not liking how this is. This is folding, so, but I think it'll be okay still. All right. And that's shaved down pretty good. So I am going to go ahead and cut or round off the edges here. I think I'll look at it this way to make sure that I've got it straight. And these are like really sharp. So these things, I mean, you know, so, and they're really fast to use to round off the edges. I'm going to try this one more time. Get a better result there. Okay, so there we go. And I can go ahead and, well, let me just set this aside for a minute and then work on this one. So in case you don't know me and know what I do, I'm Christy, and I am I'm in the business of teaching people how to make or plan, make, and give handmade gifts to people with no drama, no stress. And what that boils down to a lot is helping people to understand how to get started and how to stay on the plan that they made for themselves, because so often we box ourselves in with very specific plans, and you know, we get tired of the plan, and then we feel terrible because we spent all the time making the plan that we don't want to do, you know. So I am I'm suspicious that I am ADHD, which is kind of something that really would explain a lot, but my doctor doesn't want to, you know, pursue a diagnosis or anything. But it doesn't really matter anyhow, because, you know, I'm having the mannerisms and symptoms of it, and I'm not going to take any more medicine, you know, for that. So, yeah, I'm pretty good, you know, the way things are, but it would be nice to know. It would really be nice to know. So I guess I could put a couple different snaps, you know, and I don't know how wide his wrist is, so I guess I'll just go ahead and maybe do this. How would that be if I wanted to? I guess it would be, right in the middle, right? So I guess I'll just do it in the middle and just see what happens. All right, so what I want to do is close this end into here. And I want to make a hole. And I want to line everything up because I don't want it to be like all misaligned. I don't want it to look really weird. And I think that'll be good right here. So let me see what this looks like. Okay, so the hole over here, this is a little bit fiddly, you guys. That probably looks about right. So hopefully I'm not off, but you know, just have to deal with it. All right, so I'm going to do this side first because I want it all to stay together. You know, I don't want to lose my place. So I am going to go ahead and put the rivet down like this and use the proper size. Oops, wrong side. And then nail that down. Oh goodness. Maybe that was just too long. Let's see, I need to get a pretty strong pair of pliers, or pretty strong cutter here. And let me take my grandpa cutters out. Oops, none of these are them. Nope. Yep. That way, if I use my grandpa cutters, then I can not worry about breaking them, because They're grandpa cutters, and grandpas are tough. Maybe these ones aren't going to be as tough as I thought, though. It smashed it, but I don't know, guys. Oh, I got it. Yay! Thank you, grandpa cutters. I am very obliged to you for helping me. Oh goodness, look at this. The whole thing is just falling apart. All right, but victory is mine. Okay, so, all right. So setting that aside, now I think I don't want to use as long of a rivet, so maybe this might work. I don't know. It would be so nice if this would work, but I'm almost like feeling like it probably won't, but I don't know. Here goes nothing, guys. Here we go. Let's hope. Ah, look at that. It worked. It worked. It's a little wonky, but it worked. All right, so let's go ahead and poke this hole. That means I can make this bracelet again and know that it can be done. So, you know, I'm just doing a prototype right now because I just want to see what it's going to look like and maybe what it's going to wear like and that sort of thing. So, you know, at this point, this is just going to be, you know, something for me to try out and to show around and to see what people think about it. And what do you think of it? If you would please share your opinion with me of what you think, even if you don't like it. Or, you know, better yet, share with me what you think could make it better. You know? Oh, I already see what could make this better. Okay, so now, so this, see how straight this is? I wanted to bend it. I want it to bend around a wrist. So what I'm going to need to do is, you know, bend it slightly. Oh, I thought I broke it, but no, I didn't. I forgot. So I just did a slight bend, and this looks a little bit better. But I'm going to keep working on it. There are tools that are actually bracelet, you know, benders for bracelets specifically. And so that would probably be a good tool to use, but I think I might have one on order, but I don't specifically have one right here and right now. So, oh, this is actually pretty neat. If only that extra leather wouldn't be picked. There's like some extra leather that wants to be like coming through right here. And that's because this side is the side that's the open side. So I think if I can but so far, you guys, I mean, I'm really liking this. I really think this is pretty cool. Uh-oh. Oh, did I not hammer this? I did, but it didn't work. All right, let me see. I gotta do it again. And this is the reason for, you know, doing a prototype, because I want to make sure that my design is going to hold, you know. If you're going to take it off and put it on and all those different things that you want to do, like with a bracelet, you know, I want to make sure that it's going to stay together, you know. So okay. I am really liking this a lot. These are a little bit, well, I think I could probably just them a little bit. That's pretty cool. I do like it. So, if I were wearing this, where would I need the snaps to be? I think it would probably be good, just one snap right here. About maybe a centimeter in, I guess, maybe less than a centimeter in. So I'm going to go ahead and just do it like this. I'm not quite sure if this is the right size. So let me see what I can figure. Okay. So I want to use a gunmetal, and this is similar tools, but I guess smaller. So punch 2 holes in the leather. Well, let's see, went about right here. I'm going a little bit more on this side. All right. So I need A1 and A2, and I need this piece here like this. See how it's like concave? So I need it on that side first. So the first piece I need is, this is an A2, so I need one of those. And I also need something called an A1, which I believe is this. So I'm going to put the A1, and this is going to be the side that is going to show. All right, so that's what the snap looks like. And then I am going to put this one on top, and this is the installation tool. So this goes into that hole. And so here's the first part of the snap. All right. Now I'm going to need the B1 and B2 pieces, which this one is B1, and then the B2 is this one. All right. So then we are going to, let's see. So this top part has to be on here, I think. Maybe this hole's not big enough. hang on. I just want to make sure I don't do this wrong. Okay, so I'm going to put this through here. And it looks big enough on this side, but for some reason on the bottom side it's not working out. Maybe it will now. Oh, it just needs to be bigger. So I'll go the next size up. And then make the hole larger. Go back and check. This is going to go. Why does this not want to go in? It's so weird. This is really giving me some trouble. I wonder if there's like extra debris in here that's making it difficult for it to go through, because honestly, oh, there we go. I got it. All right, so now this part goes like this. And here's the other tool that has a real deep concave. All right, so now there it is. That's pretty freaking cool, you guys. I kind of am wondering though if this one is in enough. Let me just give it a couple more taps. All right, so the moment of truth. Okay, what do you guys think? I still don't love how this is coming out of here. I think the problem with this prototype is that these want to come apart. But all in all, I really like it. I think the bracelet could be a little bit wider, like maybe instead of 3/4 of an inch, maybe 1 inch, you know. But all in all, I think this is really cool. What do you guys think? Post in the comments what you think. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can make another one today. Looks pretty cool. All right, I'm going to sign off, and I will talk to you guys another day. See you later.